I'm here to help you understand the 3 deadliest mistakes 2.5 and 3.5 players make on their forehands that make them lose those tennis matches. Hey guys, it's Coach Vlad from VS Tennis. I'm a PTR certified tennis coach, former high school state champion in doubles as well as a team, and a winner of multiple national tennis tournaments in Kazakhstan as well as international tournaments around Asia and some USTA tournaments around America as a junior. Mistake number 1 will be holding your racket way too tight. The issue with holding your racket tight is that you get no power and no spin when you're holding it tight, because look at what happens when you hold the racket way too tight. So let's say I'm hitting a forehand, I'm gripping my racket and squeezing the ball. My wrist does not move, nothing moves, I'm arming the ball. This could lead to injuries on your elbow as well as just loss in power. So this is what happens. This is how the shot looks, and this is how the shot should look. See how relaxed my wrist is when the shot is proper. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a second angle of what the shot looks like when my wrist is stiff. So my wrist is stiff, the ball doesn't fly fast. My wrist is relaxed, the ball flies way faster. There's a lot more spin that happens when the wrist is relaxed. So the way to fix your wrist being too tight on the forehand is actually pretty simple. It's kind of clever, kind of not. But what I like to do with my beginner players is just have them hold 2 fingers off the racket and try and hit the ball that way. After you hit it like that a couple times, you'll realize that you don't need a lot of power to make the tennis ball go over the net. You don't need a lot of grip strength to make the tennis ball go over the net. You can literally play with 3 fingers. If you ever read Rafa Nadal's book, he says that he won a national 12 and under tennis championship in Spain with his pinky broken, which means that you can realistically play tennis and not squeeze the racket hard at all. And none of these top pros squeeze the racket hard at all. They hold it loose. So you're gonna try and hit the ball like this a couple times. 1, we'll say 2 and 3. And proceeding, you'll put your fingers back on the racket and keep the hand relaxed as possible, and you're gonna hit it just like that, and you're gonna let your wrist fall back. So you're gonna feel this motion where your wrist drops back. A lot of coaches say point the butt cap toward the ball. I never teach that because in my opinion, just keeping your wrist relaxed does that. What you're gonna do now is just turn your body and try and hit it like this. Boom, that's it. See how my wrist falls back when I'm not squeezing it hard? Good. Another cue you can give yourself is imagine you're holding a little bird or you're holding a hamster in your hand. You don't want to squeeze the hamster. Nothing good happens if you squeeze the hamster. It'll be a little bloody. We don't want that to happen. So you'll go really soft and you're gonna try and hit the ball soft and over the net. That's all. And it's gonna give you way more power and way more consistency as well as topspin long term. Mistake number 2 I see beginner players make. I'll show you first and then you tell me what's wrong with this shot. You might have already guessed it, but what happened in those shots was I wasn't turning my body. I was not doing this motion. I was just hitting the shot with my arm. If you hit the shot with your arm, you get no power on the tennis shot. You gotta turn every time you hit. If you watch the pro tour players play tennis, you will always see them hit the ball and their body will stay parallel to the court as they hit, and their contact point is way in front. So whenever the pro player plays, their body is gonna be right parallel to the court, their contact point is gonna be right in front of them. So in order to achieve that, what a beginner player could do is the same concept. Keep your arm relaxed, wrist relaxed. You're gonna use your legs and your body whenever you hit the ball. Tennis is all about the kinetic chain. So it starts from the feet, goes all the way up, and then you use your shoulders, your arms, and everything up there. So you use your legs way more than you use your arms whenever you hit. So what you would wanna do is relax your arm. Imagine you're playing with a noodle. As you're playing with the noodle, you're gonna turn and your arm is just gonna go there by itself. I'm keeping my arm relaxed right now. I'm not doing anything. So my arm turns. You would wanna do this 5 to 10 times. And then after that, you would wanna do the same thing, but try and hit the ball while doing it. You're gonna try and hit the ball with a noodle arm. After that, you're gonna engage your arm a little bit more. You're gonna engage your legs. You're gonna engage your upper body. You're gonna turn first and then hit. So you're gonna turn, and your contact point will be right in front of you. You'll go here. Notice, as I turn, my body turns, my racket still lags behind a little bit. It's my hips and my shoulders that are turning first. Then my racket hits the ball, then I turn all the way. That's how you fix the second deadliest mistake, which is not turning enough. Okay, so the number one deadliest mistake you can make on your forehand is trying to hit the ball too hard or too soft. Instead, you should focus on speeding your racket up and hitting the ball faster. So, whenever you're hitting the ball, a lot of the times we see 2.5 and 3.5 players trying to muscle the ball. Whenever you're muscling the ball, you get no power, you get no consistency, the ball just doesn't go good. So instead of muscling the ball, what you're gonna focus on is speeding the racket up. So we're gonna implement the two things we just talked about, which is turning and keeping our wrist and arm relaxed. And we're gonna turn and go fast with our racket, which is gonna give us a lot more topspin and a lot more power and consistency. So just a demonstration from this side of the court of me muscling the ball first and then me hitting the ball with fast racket head speed. And you'll just see the difference in the way the ball flies. So me muscling the ball, you don't know where it goes straight, there's no power, there's no spin. Me adding top spin and going fast, boom. It has a lot of spin, up and out, of course, no consistency, it's okay. I'll demonstrate it again. So you keep your arm loose, boom, that's it. You get top spin, you get that arch, and you get power, as well as consistency. And that's what you want to win those 2.5 and 3.5 matches. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning into the channel. Please hit that like button if you found this video helpful and subscribe. Thank you so much.